The embankment that protected Nandpur for a decade finally gives way on a Tuesday morning. Weeks of relentless monsoon rain have transformed the river into a wall of debris-choked water moving toward the village. Kamla Prasad has taught 4th grade in the local government school for 19 years. She has worked through droughts and chronic underfunding, often showing up to teach even when her salary was months overdue. She doesn't view this as bravery. She views it as a stubborn commitment to the 31 children in her classroom. One of those children is Suraj, a new student who rarely speaks. Kamla has noticed he flinches when adults raise their voices, a wariness that suggests he has learned to view authority figures as a source of stress rather than protection. When the village temple bell begins to ring, Kamla looks out the window and sees the flood already swallowing the school's perimeter wall. This diagram tracks the rising water against a strict 11-minute window. That is all the time she has to get every student to the 2nd floor before the stairs become inaccessible. Kamla's career has been defined by navigating slow institutional crises. Now that persistence is being tested by a rapid physical emergency. As the water breaches the building, Kamla suppresses her own panic. She begins a mental calculation of triage, replacing standard routines with the urgent logic of survival. She immediately discards her alphabetical roster. The class fractures into new groups organized by height and swimming ability. The strongest swimmers go up the narrow staircase first, acting as anchors from the 2nd floor to pull smaller children up as the water rises. Kamla stays on the ground floor, wading through knee-deep water toward the back of the room. 3 of the youngest children have frozen in place, paralyzed by the rising flood. She coaxes 2 of them toward the stairs, but Suraj remains motionless. Even as the water reaches his knees, he is unable to respond to her calls. Crisis management is often a game of averages, moving the largest number of people possible. However, the integrity of a system is often revealed by how it handles a single person who cannot move on their own. Rather than delegating Suraj's safety to an older student or shouting instructions from the stairs, Kamla wades directly into the current to reach him. She kneels in the cold water and holds his face in both hands. She tells him she will not leave the room without him, speaking with a calm she doesn't actually feel as the water continues to climb. The current is pulling at her legs as she pushes Suraj up the stairs. They reach the 2nd floor only 90 seconds before the ground floor becomes entirely impassable. The next 6 hours are spent watching the village drown from the high windows of the 2nd floor. The immediate physical threat has been managed, but a longer process of recovery has begun. After the water recedes and the village begins to rebuild, Suraj's mother shares the details of his past. He has a history of instability and neglect from his previous home. This flowchart illustrates why Suraj couldn't move. While many children experience a flight response to danger, Suraj experienced a trauma-induced freeze. For a child who has learned that adults are unreliable during chaos, a crisis doesn't trigger an escape, it triggers a total shutdown. Kamla's decision to personally reach him interrupted that cycle. By refusing to leave him, she provided Suraj with tangible evidence that an adult in a moment of genuine danger would prioritize his safety. Recognizing the impact of this bond, the school district makes an exception to their usual staffing rules. Suraj is allowed to remain in Kamla's classroom for the next 3 years to ensure his environment remains stable. A single act of bravery creates the opportunity for safety, but the actual healing is a result of the years of consistent presence that follow. 11 years after the flood, Kamla Prasad retires. Her 30-year career in Nandpur concludes with a modest ceremony attended by decades of former students. Suraj is among them. He is no longer the child who flinches at voices. He is a confident young man, currently training to become a teacher himself. He addresses the room in a steady voice, telling the village that he chose his career because of the woman who waded through floodwater to reach a frozen, terrified child. Suraj promises to bring that same dedication to his own future classroom. He wants his students to understand they are safe under his care, regardless of how unremarkable the day might seem. The 11 minutes of survival in the classroom provided the foundation, but the 11 years of quiet daily dedication that followed are what reshaped Suraj's future.